Hi guys, this is Mark Cross, aka Crossy. Welcome to Eclipse Gaming TV and part 2 of my lower league to Champions League challenge with Dover Athletic. So when we left it in part 1, I was having a little bit of a look at the team that I've inherited to take us forward and push a promotion into the Skrill Premier League. And looking at the prospect of a whole season with goal machine Elliot Charles leading the line, I've decided that the main areas where I need to strengthen is going to be in defence and maybe one more player up front to work alongside big man Nathan Elder, who's always willing to put himself about and always willing to win those headers. So I'm thinking the kind of player I need to play off him will be smaller, more agile, got a bit of pace, and with a bit of a finish that can pick up the knockdowns and bang those in the back of the net. You'll remember I did go on a bit of a scouting trip for Franny Collin of Maidstone, but chances are I am not going to be able to prize him away, so I'll have to look at a few other options. So we're just at the very early stages. I haven't even met my staff yet, which I'll go and do now, and they will recommend players that I should be scouting. I'm not going to look at these in any kind of detail until I actually get the reports in. Usual thing that happens, suggestions for players that should be taking free kicks, penalties, throw-ins. Yeah, I've gone for that. And believe that the 4-4-2 formation is the way to go. So I'm quite happy to go with that. Dover, in real life this season, seem to be playing the 4-5-1 formation with Nathan Elder leading the way. Would work really well considering the amount of knockdowns that guy wins. Apart from the fact that the extra man in midfield doesn't run off him, there's no one sort of playing up front. And then you got Tom Murphy and Ricky Modeste playing out wide and not really in a position to cut in and back him up. So that's one thing that hasn't worked well, so my aim is going to be to try and find Elder a good strike partner. Elliot Charles seems to be rated better in the game than his actual performances are, so maybe he could be the option, I don't know. I'm just going to have a look at the scouting reports that have come in. Now this is an interesting one. Alex Sedera, I think that is. I'll have to work on the pronunciation, but let's check this guy out. So Brazilian, 33-year-old. Let's see what his history is. So playing for Billericay, played 3 games, no goals, and it looks like yeah, his history is a little bit fuzzy, which is maybe worrying. But let's see what sort of stats we've got and see his report. Well, this guy is in the same level as Nathan Elder. He is 5 stars. Should sign him whatever the price. Would be a decent signing for most League 2 sides. Okay, fair enough. So this is pointing towards a guy that I need to be picking up if I can. I'm trying to work out where his attributes lie. Well, nowhere really, apart from work rate. So he's going to put himself about a little bit. Okay, fair enough. So let me go for it. Approach to sign. Let's see what sort of contract. So he's been flagged up as a key player. His stats don't look amazing, but then the level that we're at isn't particularly amazing. So let's make sure that we get him and just throw a little bit extra on top. Finalise the deal and we'll see how that one goes. I've played a couple of times in the demo and Harry Milton's a player I have picked up. Fairly decent looking defensive midfielder. I'm going to go for him mainly because there are no defensive midfielders in the squad, and if I do decide that I want to work that kind of system, then he'll be handy to have around and could develop into a half decent player as well. Might be able to sell him for a little bit of money by non-league standards, maybe 5 grand or something like that as time goes on. So those are 2 players straight away, and I will also jump in and do a player search and try and work out if I can plug any weaknesses straight away. Good thing with this is that your scouts go out and flag you up some 5-stars to start straight away. So let's have a bit of a look at the options we've got. So I did want to grab a centre-back. So I'll go straight in and have a look at this Adam Bygrave. Only 24, so that's interesting straight away. Let's get his report up. Should sign him whatever the price. Leading player for most Skrill South sides. Currently playing at his full potential, so he's not going to go much further, but I need a partner for Tyrell Forbes at the back, and he levels up 5 stars. He's got a 1.5 star extra on Richard Orley, so straight away I'm going to throw out an approach for him. Key player, asking for 600 quid a week, so he's going to be one of the higher end paid players, and someone like this is no doubt going to get a bit of competition, so I'll stick a little bit extra on top there as well and just try and get that one tied up. Also on the matter, I've got Teddy Ngoy here, who's also 23, wanted by 5 clubs, so again in demand before we even start. Same kind of area, so I'll tell you what I'll do. Much cheaper as well, so I'll throw out 350 quid a week, and then I'll probably choose between one of the two as we get down to it. And also I need a bit of support at the full-back positions if I can get away with it. Well, actually, let's have a look at the reports here. I mean, I'm fairly confident with Tom Winter there as my first choice, and then we've got Harrington as backup as well, so not too sure if I need to go for Jamie Smith there, but I'm going to try for Danny Sender at right back. If I can pick up a right back, it means that Craig Stone can hold that position in midfield. Oh, okay, fair enough. So at the moment, as I've thrown out a number of contract offers, I can't go and stick out any more yet. So what I'll do is I'll just push on for the time being and see how things step up. Just while we're at it, I'll check out a few of these 5-star players. So Blair Sturrock would be a good option that's worth getting, unless I don't manage to grab my Brazilian. It says a couple of transfer stories get leaked, always the way. Without fail, there's someone in your backroom staff that's going to leak all of your transfer stories to someone, which is disappointing, but it happens. So, introductory press conference. Those that have played... Oh no, sorry. This is my introduction with the players. Dover is quite a good one because Terrell Forbes pipes up, and as I introduce myself, he's there and welcoming me to the team. And so I announced that we're going to the playoffs. Terrell Forbes is there to back me up and make sure it happens, and of course that's the reaction I want. All the players react well. Terrell Forbes gives you the best reaction. That's pretty much one of those situations you can't go wrong with. So already we've got the players pretty fired up, ready to go for the start of the season. Going to try and get to them playoffs. Offers have been made to Harry Milton. Yeah, fair enough. Right, okay. So the England trial day. You can go and watch it, and in a similar way to if you did play the inter-squad friendly, this can be quite interesting, but I'm just going to send the scouts out to look at these players that they've recommended to me, and we'll get the reports in and see how those work out. So let's see. Franny Collin, the scout suggests that he has no intention of joining. Yeah, well, that's not surprising, so let's leave that well alone. And this lad, Lewis Putman from Wealdstone, a bit of a goal machine in the Ryman League, would be available for free, can be signed on a pre-contract, has potential to be an important player for the first team should you sign him. I guess that means he could be a leading Skrill South striker. Okay, fair enough. What I'll do is I'm going to leave him alone, and then if he is with that sort of potential, someone else will pick him up. Main reason for that is, at this sort of level, I'm not expecting to be developing players as such. So if there's any that would develop into good League 2 players in the future, I would probably pick them up because they could do a job in the squad and get some first team action before that. But unless I'm seeing that, I'm not going to be particularly interested. So got an option here, pretty much level with Tom Winter, would be good backup, but that's all. And then Morton Knudsen. Similar kind of situation for him. I think he's slightly weaker than Tom Winter, but he does have that flexibility to play at right back. So I think what I'll do is I'll keep him on the back burner because, again, I've thrown out contract offers. Haven't got any wage budget to play with, so I might come back to him. And so I'm just going to flip through this press conference really quickly. As I say, if you want to read this, you can pause it. Pretty much going to say I'm happy with the aspirations that the chairman has for the club, for the direction that we're going in, and of course I'm going to get some stick for my job, being a Gillingham fan. So try and be professional about it. And I like the hands-on approach. I like to talk to the players as much as I can, so you will be seeing that quite often. Apparently they've revamped it for FM 2014, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Calmly going to drop in that we'll take the extra step and actually get promoted this year. Nothing wrong with a bit of confidence. And not prepared to talk about the transfer policy, as I am fairly happy with the squad I've got so far. 1 or 2 more pieces need to slot in, and then we should be good to go, ready for the start of the season. So let's flick through, see how things have been going on. There's me praising Big Jim for having ambition. Adam Bygrave, one of the players that I'm eyeing up as a potential. Right, okay, so a couple of players here. Robert Eagle, left midfielder, would have some interest in joining the club, would be available on a free transfer, should be regarded as a definite purchase. Okay, fair enough. So left midfield, he is stronger than Barry Cogan, who will almost definitely be stuck out in the centre anyway. So I think I will have to throw in a cheeky little bid here, see if we can pick him up. So apparently I can pick this guy up on a free transfer. So let's throw that out and see if I get any interest come in there. And also we've got Malvin Kamara. Potential's nothing special, so we'll walk away there. And the transfer budget for Robert Eagle has been leaked to the local paper again. Fantastic. Right, so last stuff except bids for Eagle. And I can't do anything about this one because okay, I'm having an absolute mare. Because of the pending transfer offers I've got out, I can't actually offer any players because it's already money to these guys. So I'm going to have to walk away from this one. But we have got Alex Sadira, our Brazilian experienced striker, so I will go with that. And I'm quite happy to have someone that will join up with Nathan Elder and lead the line. I think that's the biggest priority, is to make sure that I had a striker to go forward and really help out. And then if I can strengthen a little bit at the back, that will be a bonus. So I do notice I've got a couple of players interesting to sign. So Harry Milton, wanted to get him, just give me that versatility to have a defensive midfielder in the mix. And I've also got Teddy Ngoy. Quite happy to take him rather than the other centre-back I was looking at, because his wages are about a quarter and he's still got the same level of 5-star action. So pretty pleased with that. And then let's have a look at some of these players that have been suggested for me. Potentially become a good Skrill South. Basically I'm going to skim through, and unless there's someone that's got potential to make it in League 2, I'm probably going to leave them well alone. Although 15-year-old, potential to become a League and Skrill Premier, he's going to want naffle money. In fact, he's on youth contracts, so he's not going to be paid anything at all. I will quite happily pick him up and see if something develops there. Let's see what else have we got here. Defensive midfielder, Skrill Prem. Just got a defensive midfielder not too long ago, because I picked up what was his name? There he is. I picked up Harry Milton to do that job anyway, so that's fine. Charlie Oakway, midfielder, ex-Brighton. Got potential. Good Skrill Premier, yeah, fair enough. Leave that alone. And again, not got enough potential for what I'm looking for. So let's move on and see what we've got. So got those 2 players have now officially signed. So that's a centre-back and a striker sorted out straight away. I'm fairly happy with the situation in both those areas now, although I would like to pick up a right back if I can, so I can push Craig Stone into central midfield. And that is pretty much it. So I'm going to try and keep these videos to about 15 minutes. So I will just cut this one off right about now. And when we come back, we'll be looking at our philosophy moving forward. If you've enjoyed this video so far, then please feel free to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Any comments, positive or negative, also drop those in below. It's very early days. Lots of improvements will need to be made. And any suggestions that can come in that can help me do that, I will more than happily accept. So thank you for watching. Catch you next time.